Hello. Hello, hello. Hey, Wayne. How are you? Hello, hello. Come on, cats. I got a cat attacking another cat under the bed. I can hear it. Oh, that's annoying. Like I have something in my tooth. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate that. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Besides Wayne, I know who Wayne is, where he's from. Thanks for all the likes, Wayne. I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm just finishing my notes. I'm already running behind, so I was like, who did I miss? Sorry. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Sorry. Yeah, it was a long day. I didn't clock out of work until, I don't know, like 3:45. So it was a long day. I debated whether to even get on, but I feel like I can't, I don't like to miss too many nights. I'm Steve, military. So that means you're from all over, right? Mark from New Hampshire, welcome. Oh, now it's always flying. Thank you for the badge, Mark. Yes, I work today. They got my schedule all goofed up. My schedule's all over the place. It is what it is. And I didn't say nothing about working on Sunday from birth. Okay. Thank you for the badge, Steve. I get more hours today, so it's like, I ain't gonna say anything. Yesterday was supposed to be a day off, and I worked yesterday too. Dad? I'm assuming you meant your dad was military too? Is that what you're saying, Steve? Sorry guys, I got a spot on my screen. It was bugging the crap out of me. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. I'm running really, really late. Nothing new here, huh? And I'm not normally a late person, but my guide's been taking forever lately to come through and to give me a topic. I kind of have a topic, but we're more or less just going to chat tonight. I do have a little bit, but yeah. Anyway, sorry, I forgot to do some of my notes since I was already running late. And if I don't write it down, I'll forget to say it. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Hi, Linda from Minneapolis. I've been in Minneapolis many a times. I'm from Iowa, so I was like 3 hours. I grew up like 3 hours from Minneapolis. So lots of family there also. Sorry, I just taken the last of my notes so I don't forget some stuff that I need to say. I'm a hot mess tonight. I'm tired. How was everybody's day? Mine was long. Very, very long day of work. Everybody else? How was everybody else's day? I can't even think what I want to write here. Hello, hello? Yep. Linda, I'm in South Dakota. Yep. I assume it's Billy from Kansas City. Welcome. Been there a few times myself too. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Great. I look amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is it Izzy? And where you're from, Izzy? Thank you for the badge. It is Izzy, right? Did I say that right? Stacy, thank you for the badge. I appreciate that, from New Jersey. I've never been over. The furthest east I've been like Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee. Haven't been any further east than that. Wisconsin, welcome. I've been in the tip of Wisconsin because, up there where it meets Iowa. That's about the furthest end of Wisconsin that I've been. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, well, it looks like we're just going to plateau off there. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started. If you're new here, that way you know why I'm here. Yeah, I've seen pictures and people have told me about it. My late husband had family there. That's so weird. I've never said that. Since he's been gone, I've never said my late husband. Weird that just came out now. Good evening from Big Country in Nova Scotia, Canada. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to get started. That way you guys kind of have an idea of why I'm here, why you're even seeing me. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Okay. Sorry. I'm so tired tonight. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. I started my TikTok in March of 2024. The reason I started my TikTok is because in September of 23, for TikTok purposes, my husband unalived himself. And that's when I discovered that I had abilities to talk to my spirit guides, and realized that I didn't quite realize then that I was a medium. That came a little later. Mike from Alabama, welcome. What part of Alabama, Mike? Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Basically they breadcrumb me to my purpose, which is to be here with all you lovely people. Veronica, good evening. How are you? I am very tired. It was a very, very, very long day of work today. Hi. Hey, Faith Ann, that's my granddaughter. I'll tell you the truth, so am I. As in tired? Is that what you were meaning? Amy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. Me too, extremely exhausted working, even kept my eyes open. Yeah, it was a very long day. Thanks for the badge, Veronica. And so my guides slowly breadcrumb me to my purpose, which is to be here, to be online, and basically to my purpose in life is to help others through loss. Most people, oh, I miss you too. No, that's okay, Veronica. Thank you for the badge. You lost your husband last year. Okay, well, you're in the right community. This is what this community is for. We're here. We talk about healing and loss and trauma and all those types of things. Thank you for the badge, Stacy. I appreciate that. If you're not familiar with my story, my husband and I were together for 32 years, and we'd never been apart more than 2 weeks. And so after he checked out, I didn't know if I was going to stay on this planet. I have to watch what I say so I don't get kicked off, by the way. And we talk about sensitive content. So if you don't like that, please just hop off and keep scrolling. Don't report me, please. And so when he checked out, he didn't leave me in a great spot financially. And so therapy was out, and I'm the circle that don't fit in the square. I'm the odd girl. And so give me 1 second, Veronica. And so, group therapy was out for me too. So I knew if I stayed on this planet, I had to find a way to heal myself. And so that's what I did. And obviously I'll continue to probably heal myself forever. You'll continue to heal. I think it's an ongoing thing when you have a loss like that. Oh, once again, I wanted to tell you that I love your post of you in that dress. You looked really beautiful. Oh, thank you, Veronica. It actually wasn't a dress. It was a top, and then I had black shorts on. And my friend was going to take a picture to send it to you because you said you wanted to see the whole outfit. And the night kind of just went by, and then I forgot. So I apologize. If I wear it again, I'll take a picture and send it to you. But thank you. I appreciate that. And so, like I said, I had to figure out a way to heal myself. And so I deep dived into journaling and meditation. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And basically, the first message that I ever got in meditation, that's kind of when I discovered that I had abilities to talk to my guides, was what heals me will heal others. And that was my first breadcrumb. leading me to my purpose. So that's why I'm here. That's why I started this community, is to help others through their loss or their trauma. My husband died in 2020 of COVID at 58. Okay, not to be controversial, Linda, but I'm going to throw something out there at you. First, let me just say real quick, we agree to disagree here. So if you disagree with me, that is just fine. Very few people actually died of COVID. Most people died of the COVID protocols. Remdesivir, if you've never heard of that, that was what was given to people. I know because my husband went through all that. 4 doses of remdesivir took your loved one's survival rate to 25%. Basically what remdesivir did is it drowned people from the inside. I know that's probably not a word, but it drowned people from the inside out. It basically took out their kidneys and they drowned. I didn't know if you're aware of that. I'm glad that you went through some classes. That's great. That's good. Just know I'm here for you if you need anybody, and that's what my community is for. I lost 2 boys and my husband died in 2024 of a heart attack. I am so sorry, Stacy. Well, know that this is what this community is for, and I guess I'll hop to that real quick, just in case you guys aren't here, because I usually do this at the end. I am here Sunday through Wednesday. I try to be very consistent. Some nights I'm exhausted and I can't get on. But I am here Sunday through Wednesday between 7 and 8 o'clock Mountain Time. Tonight it was 7:30. Usually it's about 7:15-ish. That's what I shoot for. Thank you for the follow, Stacy. I appreciate that. I will follow back after I'm done with my live. He is good. They're all good. Ornery as ever. Bentley's been a little naughty lately, but it is what it is. Is it Lola? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Just real quick, I only have 2 rules on my page. I just ask that you always be kind. And the second rule is we talk absolutely no politics here. It's just not at all what my page is about. And I always like to say, I am on my journey of life where I am, and you are on your journey of life where you are. And like I said, none of us are going to agree on everything. And so on my page, we agree to disagree. I was very well versed in the whole COVID thing. So that's where I know I did a lot of research. Hours and hours and hours of research. So, Judy, thank you for the follow. And Annie, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. That's what I do. I'm a researcher. I don't watch television. I don't watch movies. I read, I research. That's kind of just my thing. So anyway, that's just a little bit about me. Like I said, my page is your page. Usually when I go live, I have a topic from my guides. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about trust. Maybe not what you're thinking, but otherwise we're just going to chat. Just know though, I've always believed the topic goes where the topic is supposed to go. So if you have a loss and you need to talk about it, that's where the topic will go. Sometimes. If you really need to talk about it or you're not sure how to deal with it. I don't know. Is it Bam Bam? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I miss you too. We all miss you out here. Thank you for the badge, Veronica. I appreciate that. All right. So I'm just going to hop into it because I'm already running really late, guys. So tonight we're going to talk about trust, but it's not quite what you think. So my guide said, look up trust. And it said trust, to believe in. And I didn't put the whole thing because she wanted me just to emphasize that part, to believe in. Do you trust yourself, right? That's not something you think about often, right? I was kind of puzzled when she told me to write that question down. Do you trust yourself? XR Fever, thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Thanks for all the likes, Wayne. I appreciate that. You trust yourself more than anybody else? That's good. That's a good thing. Sorry, I just thought of something. My brain is all over the place tonight. I just thought of something that I was going to say and it just slipped. It just went. That's okay. It'll come back to me. And that's a good thing if you trust yourself. So she says, do you trust yourself? And then we're going to talk about you're having a hard time trusting yourself. Okay. So do you want to elaborate on your trust issues with yourself so we kind of know what to talk about there? Jennifer, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Real quick, Pete. Will you meet somebody else soon? I'm not sure, Pete. That's up to you. Do you leave your house? That's usually a big thing. A lot of people that want to meet people don't ever go anywhere. I'm one of them. I don't do anything like that online. I do have psychic abilities, but I don't do anything on my live. I have been scammed. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, the biggest thing is did your intuition tell you, and did you listen to your intuition? Because our gut is our guide, right? God, source, universe, whatever you call it. I call it usually the divine, the creator, or source here. I don't say God anymore because I've been down that rabbit hole and there actually were many gods. So I don't say God because which one are you referring to? But that doesn't mean you can't say God, and I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just telling you. So when I say source, you know who I'm talking about. So source, give us a guide. That is our gut. That's our intuition, right? Our gut instincts. Okay? And so sometimes we don't listen to that. We override it. No, I didn't listen to my gut, and I should have. You know what? We've all been there. We've all been there, and we've all done that. I understand, Faith Ann, but Grandma's got to do her live, so, and it's probably a little over your head, so you might want to hop off or just listen, okay? Miss you, though, okay? And tell Mason hi for Grandma, too. So that's the biggest thing, right? Is our gut, our first instinct, right? I've always said in life, in the last couple of years, there was 2 times that I know in my life that I didn't listen to my instincts. And both of them revolved around my husband, and one of them was the day that my husband passed away. Wanda, thank you for the follow. And now I remember what I was going to say, and I got to put that out there real quick. So anybody who shares the live between now and the 29th, their name goes in for a free reading. If you want a reading, if you believe in that kind of thing, if you don't believe in that kind of thing, that's fine too. Because like I said, I am a medium. And so if you share my live and you are interested in it, your name going in for a free reading, just put in the comments me so I can make sure I follow you and write you down. Because not everybody's interested in that. But you're still welcome to share the live. So I just wanted to put that out there. So my guide said, being vulnerable. Can you share your thoughts and your feelings? Are you vulnerable with other people? You would love a reading? Okay. Did you share, if you share the live, Stacy, I can put you in for, the drawing for a reading. I just followed you back. Let me write your name down real quick. I'm a notes girl. If I don't write you down, I'll forget. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't have the best memory these days, so I have to write it down. Jennifer, thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. And Jennifer, you shared. And let me just follow you real quick here. And I will tell you about that more here in just a little bit if you hang with me. So basically from now to the 29th, if you share my live and you write down me, your name will go in. Thank you for the badge, by the way, for a free reading. And I'll choose those and announce them on the 30th on my live. And then I will message you too. If you're not on here on the 30th, I'll message you, whoever wins. So that's what I had to say. And I knew there was something that went along with earlier and I couldn't remember. So are you able to be vulnerable? Can you share your thoughts and feelings with others? I struggle. Anybody else here struggle? I do trust myself, and I'm learning after what happened with my husband to listen to my intuition. Every once in a while, my gut will say, you know, and then I gotta go, and then I listen, usually. Yes? Okay. So, and that comes with, part of this comes with loving yourself, right? When you learn to love yourself, then you can learn to trust yourself a little more too. So she says, and then I was supposed to say this and I forgot because she had me write it down below. She didn't give it to me right away. Can others trust you? Right? That's important too. Not only can you trust yourself, but can others trust you? Right? Are you authentic with people? Are you yourself? Do you let your true personality shine through? Or do you put a mask on and pretend to be somebody that you're not? I know I used to, before my husband passed. A lot of times, I mean, I've kind of always been myself, but at the same time, in order to fit in, that was before I loved myself and I cared to whether I fit in or not. Sometimes I did try to not be myself, and I found it didn't work out very well for me. Anybody else have that problem? Because I'm the circle that don't fit in the square. I'm the unique girl. I just don't fit in. And like I've said on here many times, my whole entire life I thought I was broken. Come to find out I wasn't broken at all. I was just meant to be that way. And then once I learned to love myself, I discovered that. And I think I might have missed something. Okay, hold on. Nature Beauty, you're back. And I forgot your name. I apologize. You can remind me in the comments. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Same. Thank you for the badge, Jennifer. No, I do not. User, I do not. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Do you want to elaborate on that, Jennifer, on the same? You want to talk about it? By chance, anybody want to talk to me tonight? A lot of my live has to do with communicate back and forth with you guys. So not just me reading from here. But if you're new here, this is all for me too, because usually what my guide has me put out is stuff that I'm still working on and working through also. Mandy, you're from Washington. What part of Washington? I used to live in North Idaho, so I know Washington quite well. And thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. And the badge. And the other badge. I appreciate that so much. And so being authentic, being your true self, your true personality, and letting your true self shine. That's what's important. My guide really pushes this one. If you haven't seen my videos, I have lots of videos on this. And I think one of them in the last couple days. My mind is a little messed up tonight, so I don't remember which day it was. It might have been this morning even. I like you. I was bullied and never fit in very Yes. And here's the thing. Was it one of those things for you where it's like you wanted to fit in, but you really didn't? That's kind of where I was at, right? And like I said, my whole entire life, up until my husband died, I thought I was broken, right? I'm just a broken person. I used to say that to my husband. I'd say, I'm broken. And he's like, what are you talking about? You're broken. And I could never make him understand what I was trying to say. I felt like I was broken because I just, I wanted to fit in, but I didn't want to fit in. It didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense to anybody else. It didn't make any sense to me, right? And then I discovered the reason why that part of me that didn't want to fit in is because I was never meant to. That's why I am the circle that don't fit in the square. That's why God made me uniquely me, because I was never meant to fit in. You're never meant to fit in. Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. Okay, I lived up by Sandpoint. I actually lived right off of Highway 2, headed towards Spokane. You're too trusting. Okay. I can be that way too. Stacy, just remember, gut. Listen to your gut. It will never lead you wrong. Source, give it to you. Give your gut instinct for a reason. You relate completely. And hold on. I got to skip back 1 second. Mandy. I should know that. That's my daughter's name. Sorry, I forgot your name suddenly. Let's see. Yes, and growing up, my mom was emotionally unavailable. And so was mine. Because my mom was a single mom, and so she worked all the time, and my mom wasn't big into all of that, right? It was just, oh, what are you crying about? Kind of thing, right? So I can completely relate with that, Jennifer, for sure. You've been to Sandpoint many times? Yep. I just live, 15, 20 minutes from Sandpoint. I so miss it up there. I miss it up there so bad. I miss the mountains more than anything. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota, by the way. I'm broken and are you trying to say invisible or you're visible but broken? And you're not broken. Do you want to elaborate on that, Judy? And did you tell me where you're from? Sorry, guys, I need a drink real quick. Okay, I'm going to keep going, but pipe in anytime. You guys are never interrupting me. Oh, okay. Invisible Georgia. So just know you're not broken. You were just made how you were made, right? And that's how you were meant to be. So when she asked, can others trust you? Are you consistent? And not just with others, but with yourself, right? Are you being authentically you, and are you being consistent with yourself, right? That's a big one. And this is kind of off the topic a little bit, but in a way relates, right? So like when you tell yourself that you're going to do something, right? Say, you say, I'm going to start going to the gym, and you start going to the gym, and you say, I'm going to be consistent. Are you consistent with yourself? Can you trust yourself to be consistent? That is extremely important. Being consistent to yourself is just as important as being consistent with others. Does that make sense? And actually, you should be more consistent with yourself than even with others, right? When you say something, you should be able to trust yourself. That's really, really, really important. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. And then there again, are you reliable? Are you reliable with others? Are you reliable with yourself? Make that commitment to yourself. Learn how to trust yourself if you're not, right? I know I've struggled with this my whole life. I say I'm going to do something, and if I tell somebody else I'm going to do something, I definitely do it, right? But there's been times where I say I'm going to do something and I'm not reliable. I'm not trustworthy for myself. And that's just as important, if not more important. Athena, Oregon. Oh, I love Oregon. Remind me where Athena is, because I've heard of it. My husband and I loved Oregon. If I could talk, never. We love Southern Oregon the most. We have friends in Newport, and actually our plans before my husband checked out was to move to Oregon, somewhere in the southern part. I have fibromyalgia, so the temperatures there are not as extreme as here. So we were looking at that before he decided to crumble my entire world and check out. Abid, how are you? Welcome back, buddy. So, like I said, are you, these are just questions to ask yourself. Are you reliable and trustworthy for yourself? Like I said, that's just as important as being reliable and trustworthy with somebody else. I'm not sure how to say that, Nature Beauty. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. Thank you for the badge, Abid. I appreciate that. You're working on it, and that's good. That's the whole point. You're working on it, right? Does everybody know that if you do something for 30 days, it becomes a habit? Is everybody aware of that? Just throwing that out there, because sometimes that helps, right? Just work on it. Be consistent for that 30 days, and then it more becomes a habit, and it's easier to then trust yourself and be reliable for yourself, right? Okay, let's see. And it looks like that's pretty much everything she gave me. I'm just going to go over all of my stuff. If you're not aware, I also have a YouTube channel that is under Scorpio Medium. Like I said, I am also a medium. And so if you would like to pay for a reading, they're only $40. I feel like that's a fair price. A lot of people pay a lot more to get readings. It's not that I'm not reliable or that I don't offer a good service. My goal is to help everyone, right? And so if I can help connect you to your loved one, and my guides tell me I have to charge because I have a service. And so it's kind of a happy medium, right? I make a little money. People get what they need to help them, hopefully. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry, with my fibro, I lose words sometimes. If it helps somebody connect with their loved one and puts you at peace, then that's what it's about for me. I am on here Sunday through Wednesday. I try to be consistent, not always. I do work a lot, so I'm exhausted sometimes and I just can't get on. And then, of course, other times life just happens. So I am here Sunday through Wednesday. So if you're ever needing somebody to talk to, I have a great community. Like I said, this is what my page is about. If you're lonely, if you're having a hard time dealing with loss, hop on and talk to us. That's what we're here for. And so I'm here usually between 7 and 8 o'clock Mountain Time. I'm huge into angel numbers. So usually it's about 7:17. Not always. Tonight it was about 7:30 just because I was struggling to get something out of my guide to talk about tonight. She does that sometimes. She drags her feet. I don't know why. And then let's see. If you want a reading and you don't want to wait to see if you win a reading, so like I said, if you missed it, if you share my live between now and the 29th, your name goes in for a free reading. If you want one, and only if you want one, share my live between now and the 29th and put me in the comments so I can follow you and write your name down. And then I will draw on the 30th, and I will inbox you if you won. All right, let's see. My email is in the bio. So if you would like to set up a reading, that's how you would do that, is down there. Thank you for hopping on. Is it Feral Barbie? If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Does anybody else have anything else to add or to talk about tonight? Anybody? Stacy, was it you that lost like 3 different people? Shannon, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Anybody, or is she still here? You guys are awful quiet tonight. A quiet bunch. Well, yes and no, I guess I shouldn't say that. Okay. Well, if nobody has anything else they need to talk about or want to talk about. Anybody? Going once? Going twice? Okay, well then I guess it's going to be a really short live tonight. Thank you all for the love, and I appreciate it. If it wasn't for you all, I wouldn't have a community. So I appreciate you. I appreciate all the love you give me. Hey, Daniel, thanks for hopping on. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the likes. So yeah, I guess if nobody else has anything else tonight, like I said, I hope y'all have a great night. Thank you very much for everything. Remember to make tomorrow great, because it is a choice. And on that note, I'm going to say until we meet again.